Friday night. Ain't no telling where we headed. It's a Friday night. What we doing? Are we?
Yo, what's up, YouTube? Back at you with another video. On today, it is the Keeping It Raw podcast. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Click the bell so that you'll be notified whenever we put up an upload. Also, make sure you hit the word all so that you'll receive the notifications whenever the video does drop. And then also, guys, make sure you hit that like button. It's free and it don't cost you a thing. And you can also leave a comment in the comment section about all the prospects. So definitely, guys, make sure you go through the whole list because there's going to be a lot of different prospects that we're going to be talking about. So get your popcorn ready and let's get ready to get into this installment. All right, guys, I got another corner for you on today for the 2024 NFL draft, and that's no other than Johnny Dixon. Now, this kid is talent of Penn State. He stands at about 6 foot, 196 pounds, and he was the side partner he was the dual mate of Kalen King. Now, I know a lot of people know about Kalen King. He was pretty much the other corner on the other side, but Johnny Dixon held his own as well on that Penn State defense. I believe that Johnny Dixon led the nation with the most sacks for a defensive back, man. So that's pretty good, man. But the way that Penn State was playing their defense is where they'll mix it up on you and make you think that they're guarding the receiver when actually Johnny Dixon would go in and sack the quarterback on a blitz. And I thought that was kind of clever of Penn State to be able to do that, to mix it up a little bit. You know, you don't hardly see that often, the corner blitz or the safety blitz coming down on the blitz. But nowadays, man, I think teams are starting to get the hang of it, and they're starting to do it a little bit more and using their corners as ways to get to the quarterback as well, and using their safeties to be able to get to the quarterback as well. But definitely, man, the Detroit Lions will be looking for talent, and they'll be looking to build to the roster. And then sometimes when you're looking to build to the roster, you're going to be looking for guys that that are high development prospects. And I definitely believe that Johnny Dixon is one of those guys that you can draft in the later rounds, and you can develop this guy. He's a sound and solid tackler. He's very good in run support. One thing that I noticed about Johnny Dixon is that he's at his best when he is in press man. He loves to press, and he's good in outside man as well. So this kid is one of them kids that like to put hands on you. He's very handsy, and which he's going to have to watch out for that when he gets into the NFL, because if you're very, very handsy in the NFL, they will call the penalty on you. So you got to be careful of that. But I think that he's a high character guy, has a very, very good football IQ. And I believe that this guy is definitely one of those corners that you can take in the later rounds and maybe have this guy play special teams, as well as working this guy out to eventually be a corner in rotation. Now, I'm not saying that he can go out and be the starter for you, but you never know. You just never know where you can find the talent at. You never know what type of player you're going to get until they suit up on Sundays. I always like to say that about prospects. You never really know what type of prospect you are getting until you find out what this guy can do and when he suits up on Sundays. But Dixon has very good instincts. He flashes great ball skills. He's strong in zone coverage as well. And he has fluid hips to be able to stay with slot receivers as well. Dixon, I believe he's projected to go between the 4th and the later rounds. And I think that this kid is talented, man. I think that he's one of those guys that you can develop and have him in the wings. Now, I don't know how Detroit is going to approach the situation with the corner. I'm sure that Brad Holmes understands and knows that the team needs a number one corner and a guy that they can also groom. You know, maybe he decides to attack it through the free agency, or maybe he decides to attack it through a trade or something. But definitely, if he does it that way, if he goes out and get a veteran, then I definitely think that Johnny Dixon is one of those guys that you could develop and allow him to be groomed, because this dude is pretty good. And the way that AG has been playing his defense lately, he's been having the safeties and I believe the safeties and the corners blitzing at time. I could be wrong. It could be just the safety, but I know he's been having those guys go in, the safeties go in for blitzes. And sometimes, hey, there's nothing wrong with being able to do a corner blitz every time. And definitely, if they had this kid to do it, I think that he'll be able to nail it, and he'll be able to get straight to the quarterback. He has that type of speed. And definitely, man, I like a lot about his game. I thought that he was just as good as Kalen King. Both of these guys are phenomenal cornerbacks, and both of these guys are going to be taken in this year's draft. There's no doubt about them in my mind. Johnny Dixon is going to land on somebody's team. But the number one thing, especially if you are a high development prospect like Johnny Dixon is, you know what I'm saying, being able to play special teams. That's what's going to win you with a lot of coaches. If he can come in and play special teams and eventually work his way onto the roster to be able to be in a rotation, then that's going to be great as well. You know, Buda Baker did the same thing. He was on special teams, and then eventually he got his shot to be a safety, and now the kid is an all-pro safety. You got to make the most out of every opportunity, and I'm sure that Dixon is going to do that. I'm sure that this kid will be fine. I'm sure, you know, that the Lions wouldn't mind drafting a kid like this and developing a guy like this. But at the end of the day, you know, it's going to be on the Lions to do whatever they feel is best for the team. But I just wanted to put you on a prospect that I think that can be developed by the Lions, a corner that could come in and a guy that you can trust. That's the biggest thing. You want to bring in young fellas that's going to make an impact on your team eventually, whether it be through special teams and whether it be through playing rotational minutes, or rotational snaps, or whatever it may be. You want these guys to go out there and perform at a high level. And that's how you eventually end up with one of the best defenses in the NFL. If your guys develop well, and then skies is going to be the limit for you. And definitely, guys, I just want to let you know that these videos is for anyone that wants to listen to them. Detroit Lions are not going to draft for all these corners, but I'm just talking about them, just putting you up on game, letting you know who's out there. So, guys, make sure you hit that subscription button, subscribe to the channel, because we're going to have more prospects just like this. I'll be back to you soon with another video. I'm out of here. Peace.
What we doing? Are we stepping out? Life's been too hard, we gon' make it count. I ain't mad at the world, I'm just living life. And if I came up out the bag, you know I pay the price. The night's too young, let's have some fun, let's paint the town. Let's shut it down, it's our time now. And I ain't going in till the sun come up. And I ain't going in until we blew up the Bucks. Cause it's us, throw it up, live it up. Come with us, we gon' paint the town. Love you right now, hop in the Bentley, let the roof down. It's a Friday night, ain't no telling where we headed. It's a vibe tonight, it's a Friday night.